evening once again, everyone. And tonight I'm going to be sharing on how to increase performance and productivity in the year 2023. And we're going to be diving straight into what I have to share with us this evening. But before I get started, I'd like us to go through some definition of terms together, right? When I say together, I want you to provide me with answers in the chat room about what you think these words are. So the first one is increase. What do you think the word increase means? Increase in your own words as much as possible. You're permitted to Google anyway, but then not to really Google. So let's get started, please. Let's get started as soon as possible. I want to see the chat room buzzing. What do you think? Okay, what do you think? What's your concept of the word increase? Very, very important. Increase. What do you think increase means to you as a person? What is increase? What exactly is increase? I must have two responses before I go ahead. Two responses. I'm not your conventional facilitator. Just use the chat room. Type it in, type it in, type it in. To you, what does the word increase mean? What does it mean? Okay. There's additional things in life. I love this. Thank you so much. Additional things in life. Amazing. So let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it in coming. Okay, yeah, okay. The first one was from Adesh Temitokwe. The second person said, I think that in your Ahmed, he said that, or sorry, rather, he said addition and growth. Fantastic, fantastic. That is beautiful. Okay, we're going to take it on from there. Let's go. Positive growth, Ibrahim. I love this. The next buzzword there says performance, performance, performance. Let's have the chat room buzzing. Performance, advancement. Thank you, Mr. Peter. You're here. The next person says advancement. Yeah. Performance. I need the room to be buzzing right away. I need the room to be buzzing right away. Okay, let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Acting. Interesting. Working. Wow. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You guys are amazing. You are amazing. You are amazing. You are amazing. You're amazing. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. I just love the energy in the room. Let's keep it coming, please. Checking for your messages. Let's keep it coming. Now we are on the word performance, right? Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Okay. Now, beautiful. So I have how well a thing or person is doing. Thank you, Ayola. Ibrahim says positive change. They're all looking forward to great things today, isn't it? Great, 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 great. Now let's go to the third word productivity. 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 In your own words, what do you mean? What do you think this word actually means? Productivity. Okay. What do you think it actually means? This is so important to me. I love engaging. Wow. Productivity. What does it mean? What does it mean to you? Productivity. What does productivity mean? Interesting. Productivity. Productivity. What does it mean? I need two people. Engagement, action to produce results. Thank you, Tokwe. Creativity. Wow. Halima Sanusi, fantastic. Yeah. So that means that we actually know what we are here to learn about. And that's why I decided not to use any slides. I decided to speak from my heart. By the way, this is my first speaking engagement for the year. And I'm so excited to be with you all this evening. Okay, so from all the words that we have put together, can somebody give us like an overview of what we are looking at today? So I would just say we are looking at how we can become better, how we can do things the way we're expected to do things. And as my host has said, that one of the reasons why I was chosen out of the billions of speakers in the world was because they saw this play out in my life. So I'm going to be sharing with you things I do. So I'm going to be very practical. I'm going to be very down to earth. I don't believe in sharing things that are not real. Okay, for those that have known me for a long time, they know authenticity is one of my core values. It's one of the things that makes me stand out. So the first thing I'm going to be sharing with you, okay, the first tip is that you have to set specific, achievable goals for yourself. This will help you stay focused and motivated. So on the 31st of last month, I did a live session on Facebook, and this was what I spoke about. I spoke extensively about this, so you may want to go and check Toyin Samemehelu on Facebook and just check. It's not too far from my timeline. It's a whole almost 1 hour video, and I was talking about reflection and forecasting. So the first tip, so please, I want you to type in the comment section if you can hear me, is that you need to set specific and achievable goals. Remember, I did not say you need to set goals. Okay, it has some qualifiers which are specific and achievable. Having said that, I just wrote 3 new books or 3 new guides or 4 new guides rather on goal setting skills. And if you would like to get that, Iola, can you please put our admin number on the chat so you can copy and paste that number, or you can screenshot that number and you can reach out to our admin line on how you can get it. Now, what this, yes, specific and achievable goals, what this guide will help you to do is to learn about the different dimensions of goals, and also it will help you with a lot of templates on how you can actually set this type of goals. Because of our time, this is a training, this is not a mentoring session, it's not a workshop, it's just a training and a webinar. So I'm just going to be sharing information and I will be moving on. Next, you need to create a routine and stick to it. You need to create a routine and stick to it. Having a regular schedule can help you stay organized and reduce stress. Having a regular schedule will help you stay organized and reduce stress. Creating a routine and sticking to it. So, for those that are close to me or those that work with me, they know I have a routine. Between early hours of 5 till about 8 o'clock, I don't pick calls, I don't respond to messages except they are emergency. In fact, my personal assistant is on this call and she knows. So this is because as a leader, I'm sure I'm speaking to school leaders. As a leader, you cannot afford thin out. You can't pour from an empty cup. You have to have a time where you refill, a me time. Whether you are a mother, you are a friend, you are a leader, you are whatever it is, you must create time for yourself. I was having a conversation with my assistant, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and we are having conversations about the fact that the reason why you are still a leader and the reason why you are still having people looking up to you and following you is because you are relevant and you have something of value to give. The moment you don't have that anymore, when people have sucked you dry, they leave you, they abandon you, and they move to the next valuable person. That is just the truth. So, like I said, it is, a truth. So, if you're following me, just put in the chat room, it is a truth. It is a truth. It is a truth. It is a truth. So, for you to be productive, remain relevant, for you to increase your performance, you just have to make sure that You create a routine and you stick to it. Now creating a routine is something, sticking to it is another ball game differently. And you want to make sure you stick to your routines. Okay? You also need to learn to know what part of the day is most productive for you. Yes, for me, the most productive hours of my day is the moment I wake up till about 12 noon. And that's the truth. But I've been able to find a way around it. Okay? And that leads me to the third point. The third point is the fact that you need to learn how to take breaks and prioritize your self care. You need to learn how to take breaks and prioritize your self care. I'm sure you're wondering, what does break have to do with increasing my performance and productivity? It has a whole lot to do with it, right? Because your brain, okay, your brain as a person cannot function as effective as you would love it until you are able to have it in a relaxed mode. All right? If your brain is stressed, you can't be at your top level of performance. If you are not well rested, you cannot increase productivity. So, self care means different things to different people, and taking breaks means different things to different people. You have to identify what is that thing that helps you to rejuvenate, what is that thing that helps you to recuperate, what is that thing that helps you to come back alive. Okay? So, for me, one of the ways I take breaks during my day is I work from my home office by the grace of God. I have a team of 12 staff. We all work offline, I mean online rather. We all work virtually in different parts of the country because this is the future of work, right? And except on a day I am going out. When I'm not going out, I have my nap every single day. As a matter of fact, I just woke up from my nap before coming on this call. And you can see that I'm so sharp, I'm so bright. It's as though I'm having this session in the morning. Nah, 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 nah. I am just waking up from my nap. I woke up at about just 30 to 40 minutes ago. So you want to understand what it is that will give you that break when you are overwhelmed. And of course, you must prioritize yourself. Now, I'm driving straight to the fourth point. And the fourth point is very, very easy. The fourth point talks about the fact that you must use tools and technology to your advantage. You must use tools and technology to your advantage. There are many tools available that you can use to stay up, stay organized, communicate with others, and manage your time more effectively. Google is your friend. You can Google and check this. For me, I have a variety of them, and one of the ones I love using is Google Keep. In fact, the entire Google suite. You have the Google Sheets, the Google Doc, the Google Map, the Google. Just search for it. When you are able to do this, what you discover is that you are able to use the tools to make the best use of your time when it comes to communication, when it comes to relating with other people. It just helps you to make the best use of everything that you have. Okay, so you don't want to underestimate the power of technology. I mentioned to us earlier that we in my organization, we have about 12 of us, and we work in different parts of the world. Sorry, Nigeria for now. I'm saying world because one of us is actually moving to the US very soon, and she's still willing to stay with us. Okay, so you want to use technology, you want to use tools to your advantage. This is very, very important. Now I'm moving to the next point, which is you have to learn a new skill. At this point, I need to know if I'm making sense. If I'm making sense, you can hear me loud and clear. You're taking your notes. Just put in the chat, the chat room, MS, MS. That's to say that I am making sense. Please, I need to be sure. Virtual learning is different from where we are seeing ourselves face to face. So if you can hear me, you are making sense. I'm making sense. You are taking your notes. Use the chat room and just type in MS, 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 MS. Fantastic. Amazing. Thank you, Alima. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So, like I was saying, you have to learn a new skill. The more skills you have, the more valuable you will be to yourself, your team, your family, and your organization. Okay. Um, so this is very, very key for you to know. We my our company is not called core skills for fun. We are very intentional about everything that we do, right? And you can check us out. You can Google Core Skills Transformational Academy Limited. You'll see our website. And on it, we are very heavy on teaching skills because education in itself that does not turn into skills is as good as useless. Okay? Because without skills, you can't be productive. Without skills, you can't increase your performance. So I would like somebody to just define in the chat room, what do you think skills are? Okay, as much as possible, I'd like us to use our words, or if you want to Google, you can go ahead and Google. What do you think a skill is? What do you think a skill is? You have to learn a skill. And skills could be technical skills, they can as well be soft skills, they can as well be hard skills. Okay, but basically, what are skills? I need someone to engage in the chat room. What do you think skills are? Know how. Know how. Thank you, Tokwe. Know how. That is, you don't just know the what, but you know the how. All right? It's as simple as that. If there's a problem, when a skillful person appears there, solution appears. And that's just it. Solution appears. So you must be someone that was learning a new skill. It could be anything. So personally, like I said, I'm not going to tell you something that I don't practice. Personally, every year I have a growth plan and I divide my growth plan into four. I divide it into four. That is for each growth area, for each skill I want to learn, I put it into a quarter of the year. And so I remember last year vividly, I wanted to learn skills on systems development because at that point, functional knowledge. Oh my God, Halima, you are wonderful. Thank you so much for that. I wanted to learn system development. Why? Because there's a purpose. My organization was expanding as the CEO. We are having new people join the team. Like I said, we are currently 12 of us. I needed to learn how to get the different people and different departments to work together for effectiveness. All right. So I needed to learn that. Secondly, I wanted to learn a lot of things on project management, and I attended, I think it was a 12 or 15 weeks course on that. I needed to learn more about human resource because it was no longer me working as core skills. I needed a lot of other people joining in. And of course, I wanted to learn more about policy making and development, politics, and of course, governance. And as I speak to you now, I'm in a school currently, a 10-month course on politics, policy, and governance. So I'm sure I've been able to do justice to that. Now, I want to hear from you. What is one skill you would like to learn? What is one skill you like to learn in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months, this year? Let me see the chat room buzzing. If you have not thought about any before, it's time to think about it. I love my sessions to be very, very practical. Okay? So please type in, type in, type in, type in, type in, type in. I would like to Know what is that skill you want to learn. I'm not going to continue until I get at least two responses in the chat room. I don't talk over people's head. I believe we all here. UI and UX design. Oh, wow, Mr. Principal, that is amazing. Thank you so much for that. One more person, one more person, one more person. What skill? What is that one skill you like to learn this year? Okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting if project management. Okay, well done, Veritas. Well done. Okay, so let's move to the next point. Let's move to the next point. Now, this next one is very important. I love you love to learn about programming. Wow. Well done, Mr. Ibrahim. Are you sure I have educators on this call? Man, this is interesting. But it's good. It's good. I love the fact that we are not restricting ourselves. I love the fact that we are acquiring other skills. Data science. Oh God. David Titilayo, that is amazing. So it's not enough for you to just mention them here, right? It is also very, very important that you follow through on all those things that you have mentioned. Coding and emotional intelligence. Well done, Raifa Yusuf. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Now we move on to the next point, which says delegate tasks when possible. Don't try to do everything yourself. If you can, delegate tasks to others as much as possible. Why? Because this helps you to free up time for yourself in order to focus on more important tasks. This is very, very important. If you want to do everything alone, it's going to be overwhelming. One of my mentors says that if you think you are El Shaddai, you will soon die. So you don't want to die. You have to learn to delegate. Now, as leaders, as people that want to be productive in the year, there are 4 Ds. 4 Ds we have to take to heart. And I want you to type them as you hear me mention it. The first D are the things you need to identify that you know you must do. You must do, and these are tasks that are important and they are urgent. Okay, so for example, this webinar, there was no way I could delegate it because I had agreed with Mr. Lakor that I will be here, and it is important because I know I'm going to be meeting with you all, and it is urgent because right now I have to be here. There was no other thing I'm expected to be doing than to be here sharing with you as I am doing right now. So I want somebody to type in the comment section, do. That is the first D. Do. The first D. Thank you, Titilayo. Thank you, Halima. Do. The second D is decide. Decide. You have to decide. As a productive person, yes. Thank you, David Titilayo. You have to decide. You have to decide why. You have to learn what you decide to do because this type of tasks are not urgent, but they are very, very important. Okay, they are not urgent, but they are very, very important. So examples of tasks that you may want to decide on to be productive are if you want to exercise. So for me, I take my morning walks every single morning. Okay, you know, it's been really cold in the mornings now, and there's a tendency you want to stay back in bed the more. Do I have a witness in the house? I mean, this Hamatan sleep is very sweet. But because I had made up my mind, not because I want to lose weight, but because I want to be fit. Thank you. Thank you, Alima. Because I want to be fit, I have to decide. It is not urgent, people. It is not urgent, but it is very, very important. Because the more I stay fit, the more healthy I am, okay? The more I stay fit, the more healthy I am. I get a lot of feedback. People tell me I look like a secondary school student. And I know it's because it's an accumulation of the fact that I look fit. I look younger than my age. All right. By the grace of God, I'm 40. This year, last year, I was 40 last year. And it's because I know this is a very important but not urgent, and I decided I would do it. Another thing is you may want to research, you may want to read. Every single morning I read for 1 hour. It's not urgent. I'm not writing exam now, my people. Am I? I'm not writing exams, but then I need this place to continually be informed so that I can be relevant, so that I can be called for webinars and seminars where I'll be paid in millions, right? I need to read. So, you know, it's not urgent, but it's very, very important. All right. So there are usually tasks that has to do with long-term strategy. They are not something that is so urgent, but you have to decide to do them. So I moved to the next D, which was what made me to start this conversation, which is delegate. So if you can hear me say this D, I want you to type in there. Fantastic. Oh, you all are amazing students on this call this beautiful evening. So to delegate is very, very easy. Okay. Um, when it comes to delegation, like I said, that was what actually made me to start this conversation. You want to make sure that you delegate tasks that are not so, somebody else can do at least about 80% of it, right? Want to make sure that you are able to do that. And what delegation does for you is that it helps to free up space, unnecessary, unnecessary space, unnecessary stress, unnecessary things that other people can handle for you. All right. So, as a leader, as a productive person, as a parent, don't do everything for your children. I'm an advocate of this for all the parents on the call. Once your children are beginning to be like 3, let them pack their toys. When they begin to be like 5, let them start washing plates. Telling you, once they clock 10, let them start cooking for mothers on the call. Because cooking is a skill, and is a skill that teaches executive functioning. I can't go into all that. There's a lot on this head I can't share because of my time. But delegate. Don't do everything. And what are the tasks you delegate? Tasks that are not so important and that are urgent. All right. Before I started on this call, I didn't like the way the video. Yes, intentional parenting. Thank you. And leading. When I got on this call, I didn't like the way the feel of the video was. And what did I just do? I just quickly called on my daughter. Do this, do this, do this, and I didn't even move an inch here. A lot of us didn't even know I did that. So you have a 10-year-old and you are still stressing all around. It's your fault, though. You are the one. You are the one. I'm telling you. So you have subordinates, you have people that work with you, you have an assistant in your classroom or in your school, you have other teachers, and you are the one running helter skelter. You have to learn to trust people. You have to develop other people so that you can live longer, so that you can last longer, so that you can increase your productivity. A word is enough for the wise. Now, the last D is delete. If you are still with me, I want you to type it. Delete. If you are still with me, I want you to type it in. Leaders build other leaders. Thank you. Thank you, Tokwe. Thank you, David Titilayo. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Ibrahim Alima. Reva, you're here. Reva is one of our staff all the way from Delta State. Thank you. Delete. Balogo, delete. Yeah. So what are the things you need to delete? You need to go to your schedule now. Rachel, thank you. And check out some items on your to-do list that are not urgent and not important. Okay? So for example, except there's something you are learning from a TV program in this time and age, you don't need it. And when I say that, that does not mean that you should totally extinguish it. There are programs on TV that you are learning, all right? But if it's just for entertainment, people that are successful, uh, they are busy creating content for other people to watch. People that just sit down and consume other people's content can't go far in life. You're just there. You're not creating content. Like this training I'm doing with you now, I'm recording it and it's going on my YouTube video. It's going on my YouTube because I know I'm sharing something important. So even when I'm no longer here, somebody can stumble on this video and learn some sense. All right. So be a content producer, not just a content producer. I consume content. Don't get me wrong, but I consume content of people that make a lot more sense that and I'm looking up to, that I can learn more from. Okay. So you need to delete. While I say don't watch television, some of us is social media. Wake up very early in the morning and we'll go to Facebook. We are not going there to pray, or we are not going there to learn, or we are not going there to share content. We are just going there to be scrolling and looking at other people's lives. I'm sorry. If you are that kind of person, you need to decide to delete because you want to be productive in 2023, right? Things like sorting through junk mails, let them be there for crying out loud. Worst case, delegate it. Let somebody else help you to delete them. Okay, so those are the 4 Ds. I hope that has helped someone here. I move to the next point, okay, which says we have to stay focused and minimize distraction. As much as possible, if you will have to turn off your phone, turn it off. If you would have to, so that you can get work done. So people ask me, how come I've written 15 books? And I laugh. I try to make sure that I write a book at least for 1 hour every day. I write for 1 hour every single day. Every single day. And sometimes I have to keep my phone in another room or I lock it up in my office drawer. Whoever is calling me, I can always see the missed call, right? Whoever is needs my attention can always reach me later. So you may want to adopt this strategy in order to be productive and to increase your performance in 2023. Sorry. So finally, because I don't like wasting a lot more time, for me, what is most important is what you do with this knowledge, right? Don't just be a knowledge gatherer, gathering. You need to learn how to move from just knowledge to understanding to application to analysis to synthesis to evaluating and then to creating. Okay, until you become a creator, you create something, you create a content, you create a book, you create an invention, you have not been termed to be productive. And that's just the truth. So, the last but not the least is reflection. And I have 2 of my books that I'm recommending. Okay. The first one is Making the Most of Your Day, and the second one is 30 Days Productivity. Now, I can just speak to you for 45 minutes and you think you have learned everything. No, there's a lot more. In fact, when it comes to productivity, it is something that you need to do continuously. It is like cultivating a habit. All right. And that's why I wrote that book, 30 Days Productivity. And I'm giving an offer to everyone on this call. Um, if you want to get the book, just reach out to this number. Okay. 07039468437. I'm going to say the number again, 07039468437. If you can hear me, you can type it on the chat so that you can reach out. It's 07039468437. So you can get this ebook. I'm giving a 50% discount. It's an ebook. All right. Thank you so much. 073. And thank you so much. You got it in your DAC. Please Mr. Principal, thank you so much. So please take note of that number. The ebook costs 4,000, but like I'm saying, like I said, I'm giving a 50% discount, so you can get it for just 2,000 naira if you are reaching out to me in the next 24 hours. In other words, by 5 p.m. tomorrow, don't bother reaching out to me. If you reach out to me, the book goes back to 4,000 naira. So, in one of my books, 30 Days Productivity to be precise, that was where I chose this particular topic, this particular point rather, and it's called reflection. You need to learn how to reflect, and this reflection is actually the day 5, the chapter 5, which is the 5th day, which is for today if you are reading that book, right? Reflection is simply learning how to pause so that growth will catch up with you. You need to learn how to take time to pause and look at things you have done in the past from time to time. Because writing such experiences down will go a long way in helping you to make the best use of things that are about to happen. Okay? Insanity is when you do the same thing the same way over and over, but expecting things to change. Reflection turns experience into insights, expands and enriches your thinking. The two major elements of reflection includes self-review, that is taking out time to review your day and asking yourself these questions. What did I learn today that I didn't know before? How can I apply this knowledge? What went well and what didn't? The second aspect of reflection is taking action. No one can produce great things when he is not thoroughly sincere with dealing himself. Dealing with yourself means you can take action on the things you are reflecting on. So you need to turn your reactive life into a reflective one. Try as much as possible not to allow experiences to go just like that until you have learned something from it. Okay? So some people say there are no failure in life, they are just feedback. So even when you fail, you must be able to sit back and reflect and see what you can learn from the so-called failure. So there are recommendations at the end of every day. I don't want to read that. If you want to learn and see it, get the book. Finally, we have a live program at Oregon. If you are streaming from Lagos, you may want to join us. Still reach out to that same number. We'll give you the link of how you can be a part of it. It's on Saturday, this Saturday, 7th of January 2023. It's taking place at Oregon, Lagos. It is free. It is a free event, and I look forward to meeting you physically. Aside from that, you have the opportunity, even if you are not in Lagos, to join the CITAL tribe. The CITAL tribe is the Core Skills Transformational Academy Limited tribe for the year 2023, and is a tribe where you get to learn a lot of skills for free, all for free in the course of the year. But you must be a forward thinking person, you must be someone that is purposeful and is ready to learn. So if you're also interested, you may reach out to the number once again that I shared um, a while ago. And then finally, before I started, I would start, you know, entertaining questions. I am also a certified mentor and coach, like Ibrahim read during my profile. And the next cohort of our mentoring program comes up on the 15th of January 2023. It's not free, it's a premium program. It's an 8 weeks program and it's online. So wherever you are, I can be your mentor, and it's going for 80,000 naira. So if you are interested, reach out to the same number. But I can guarantee you one thing, within that 8 weeks, you are going to be a great person. Yeah. So that's it.